Hey, Brennan. No, you can't vanish.
Today we're going to take this blank slate and completely transform it. Hey everybody, it's Jack from Atlantis Water Gardens. Today I am in Columbia, New Jersey. We've got a really nice, clean, open palette here to create a brand new, beautiful water garden. Up top we've got the house, there's a deck area, there's another upper patio, and there's also a lower patio area. So there's lots of sight lines that we want to capture with this new water feature. Unfortunately, we are sloping away from the house, so that means we're going to use the grade to create the waterfall coming this way. What's going to be important is keeping these sight lines over here in mind when we do that. So if we start this waterfall where it's angled a bit, we'll actually be able to catch that from these seating areas. So you'll see the start of the waterfall, some pooling areas, cascading, a lot of twisting of direction, and then we're going to go into a 14 by 20 foot pond with an intake base skimmer on the far side. There will be a path that comes down through here to a future patio where they then can take this whole thing in from a completely different viewpoint. But getting up in the morning, coming out the sliding doors, overlooking the railing, and then seeing that body of water out there is just going to be spectacular. We got all the usual suspects here. We got Jason, Colby, Boley, Brennan, and Drew, who have all been doing a fantastic job, which is why I'm turning it over to you guys to finish it up.
Oof, geez, these bugs are killing me. Hang on to your hats, folks. This is going to be an awesome transformation. So over here we've got the intake bay. We're using our pond vault with one extension on it. And the way we calculated the depth on this was using our laser level. We knew what our water level was, and we want maybe about a 15-inch wide intake. We know our blocks are 9.5 inches tall, and we want about 9 inches of water in that intake so the fish can swim in, swirl around, and then swim back out. So we dug this down to 19.5 inches below our water level. We will carve this out. This is keeping that divider between pond and intake, so we can force that water through this intake that will carve in here once the liner's in, and then we'll cover it all up with some rocks. But this is going to be the area where floating debris just kind of swirls around as the pump is sucking water through the gravel and through those blocks and then pumping it back up to our biofalls. The pond is going to be filling this space over here, looping around a nice natural shape with some very cool curves. 2 fish caves, bottom aeration, plants, lights, everything in there. But Boley and Brennan did an awesome job working on this upper part of the waterfall here. You can see using these huge boulders are just kind of holding all of that earth and stone behind it. The waterfall is going to start in that biofalls, come over this spillway here, kind of crash off the face of that rock, and then kind of do a little bit of pooling over here before it whips around and comes to another falls, which will be somewhere in this spot right here. Okay, while those guys are working on finishing up that waterfall, Colby and I are going to be dropping in the liner. We've already got our fabric in the intake. We want to get this assembled and then blocked, backfilled, so as we start digging the pond, which is right next to it, it's not going to be falling in, because it took us a while to carve that out, get it level, get it to the right depth. So we're going to get that assembled, blocks in, backfilled. That'll be all finished and ready. The liner will be folded up right at the edge, and then we can start carving in the pond right next to it. So what Brennan's working on here, using our laser transit, we are setting the inlet to the intake. We're making this extra wide so we can rock it in. Once it's rocked in, we're gonna kind of choke that down to about a foot wide. That's gonna cause that water being pulled through to really increase its speed and velocity. That's gonna draw more water into our intake here because that's what we want it to do. It's gonna be acting as our skimmer. As a bonus, it's also going to create an awesome current that the fish are going to love swimming through and then having to fight their way back out into the pond. All right, day 3. So where I'm at here between these two nice big frame rocks is where our feeding or interactive stone is going to be placed. We went to the stone yard, got a couple of nice big ones, so it might even be big enough to fit in between all of this space here, about 5 feet wide. And then directly down, I'm going to be working on building a stacked slate wall all the way up. So when you're standing on this feeding rock, you're going to be looking straight down to the bottom of this pond. We're going to work in a light into that so it's illuminating this area in front of it. We've got a fish cave directly across it, another one tucked in where those guys are working with that waterfall stone. Also got bottom aeration and more lights throughout the bottom here. We're going to have 8 lights in the pond, 1 in the intake, which is coming together real nice here. Some of that edge work is already finished. We've got the light in there, we just have to position it, make our other stones there to corral that water directly in, get that channeling effect that we're looking to get, so that water will just start spinning around here as that debris is pulled into that area. We got some rain last night. To give you perspective, these shelves, which you can see the water is right up at that shelf, is 18 inches deep. So this filled with probably 1,500 gallons of water overnight. So we're gonna repurpose this water. We're gonna gravel in our stream, get that all ready to go, flush that out so that whole top end is complete. Then we'll flush the rest out so we can finish rocking in this backside, get some of our retaining block walls over here, get the interactive stepping stone placed in between these two frame rocks, finish building that stacked wall, hook up our lights, gravel the bottom of the pond, and keep on rocking. Boy, this is really starting to come together now. We've got just about all of the shelves rocked in, these huge boulders. We're gonna set a couple directly behind it, get our elevation up so we've got our water level, and that's gonna be great pockets for our plants that we're gonna be bringing in tomorrow. One more frame rock there. We're also gonna have a light that's shining this way to illuminate this area here. And then we are going to gravel. We've got lights hidden in over here, over there, in the waterfall to highlight up on that final spillway. And then we've got this beautifully stacked stone wall. We've got the lights integrated into it here, and we've got that interactive feeding stone right on top of it. Just getting a couple more shims in there to level it off and get it side to side and pitch perfectly. But it is so cool how it just kind of nestles in between these two rocks that Boley set here. Again, this one is about 4 feet tall from the bottom, sticking all the way out of the pond. We've got another nice stacked wall here going into the intake bay. Lots of finished work to do yet, but we are moving at an awesome pace. Can't wait to finish this one up and turn it on. You guys ready to see your new pond?
Yeah.
We are.
I've been waiting all week.
I know, we've been waiting too. Let's go check it out.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. Oh Lord. Look at that. Heck with the koi, I'm going using it as a swimming pool.
There are so many things that I love about this transformation. What we were able to do in 5 days, really 4.5 days with 5 of us, 28 tons of boulders, another 3 tons of gravel. We got plants, we've got aeration, lights, huge waterfalls, giant boulders. This one is gonna be one of our top builds of 2021. Let us know what you guys think in those comments below, and please, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. We're releasing videos of projects just like this one every Friday. Come back and join us next time. We'll see you then. Thanks.
Think of the pond. Do you like it?
I love it.